headed for a potential housing bubble. The first reason why the housing market is not going to crash is because we still have a very low number of homes available for buyers to purchase. Not having enough homes to sell to potential buyers will drive prices and appreciation. Currently, we are still carrying about 1 month's supply of inventory, which will sustain increasing home prices and appreciation. In order for prices to not appreciate, we would need a 6-month supply of inventory, which means we would need a boatload of homes to enter the market in order to shift the supply. The bottom line is that low housing inventory causes prices to keep increasing. All the information about the market floating around, it's extremely important that you're getting the right information. One thing you may be hearing about right now is that the rate that homes are appreciating is slowing down. When home prices continue to appreciate but at a slower pace, that's known as deceleration. With demand for houses still strong and historically low levels of available homes to purchase, experts still expect homes to appreciate. We just won't be seeing the rapid appreciation that we've seen over the past 2 years. So in other words, your current home or the home you're planning to purchase is still expected to increase in value during homeownership.
Is the real estate market gonna crash? Are we headed for a correction? First, let's start with why the real estate market was so incredibly red hot these last several years. The real estate market is all about supply and demand. And what we saw happen the last several years was an influx of buyer demand due to historically low interest rates, as well as a group of millennials who were reaching peak home buying years enter the market at the same time that we had a COVID pandemic occurring where sellers were not comfortable with listing their homes for sale, which created record low supply of homes available to purchase. Because of that, buyers were fighting over the same home, which increased home price appreciation. Unfortunately, that market environment is not sustainable for the long term. The latest data released shows early signs of the market starting to slow down to a more normal pace back to the years leading up to the pre-pandemic. Not a crash or a correction, a more normal, stable market environment. If these market conditions are causing concern, let's talk about why right now may be a good time for you to buy or sell your existing home.
One of the reasons the housing market crashed back in 2008 was because of the borrowers that defaulted on their loan and they couldn't afford to repay it. Today's lending standards are much tighter than they used to be. The risk is now reduced for both the borrower and the lender. Borrowers who acquired a mortgage will be less likely to default because they are held to a higher standard today. For more information, check out our blog or talk to us directly to figure out why today's housing market is nothing like 2008. Inflation. Is anyone else sick of hearing of inflation? If you're wondering if you should purchase a home or rent, let me explain to you how homeownership can actually help combat inflation. First, it helps you stabilize one of your biggest monthly expenses. When you have a fixed rate mortgage on your home, you lock in